Welcome to Hancock's VMware Half Hour. And welcome back to another Hancock's VMware Half Hour. Now, first off, this is going to be a shorty. Hopefully, it's going to be no longer than 5 minutes unless I start waffling. So let's get into this video straight away and I'll explain as we go what this is really all about. So let's turn that off. And let's have a little look at this release note, which was updated on the 2nd of March 2026. And this is all about VMware ESXi 8.0 Update 3i. Now, there is something very specific that's changed in VMware ESXi 8.0 Update 3i. Or 8.0.3i. Now, there was a fix with OpenSSL that was done in this particular release that I think had a CVE security score of 9.8 or something ridiculous. So if you've not already basically patched in your organization, I'm pretty sure that it's probably at the top of your list to do at some point. And I actually really think this is just a slight aside to another video I'm going to do later, which certainly has sparked an awful lot of controversy and an awful lot of discussion, which is about the Microsoft key, which exists in the UEFI, we'll call it BIOS, which is going to expire, which has caused an awful lot of people going off and patching servers and doing stuff, when I really do think that this one's more important. VMware ESXi 8.0.3i. Now, the reason for this very short video, and I'm just looking, and we're 2 minutes in already, the reason for this video today is it would appear that something has actually basically changed in ESXi 8.0.3i compared to G or H or ESXi 9 on the Minisforum MS-A2. Now, you will know that Hancock's VMware Half Hour is a real fan of the MS-A2. So I'm going to get into this straight away. Apologies for just turning my back on you for a moment, but I just basically wanted to spin up this Minisforum MS-A2, which we've done videos on before, of can it run ESXi, and I think at the time, I think it was probably ESXi 8.0.3g, I think, that we installed on it, and we also installed ESXi 9 on it as well, to prove that it can run both those. But what I'm going to do today, I'm going to install the latest and greatest ESXi 8.0.u3i. So you may remember that I use Ventoy here with my fabulous NVMe stick, and I basically bung all the ISOs on that, and it's permanently connected actually to this Minisforum MS-A2 because it's a big workhorse here. I think somebody actually asked in one of the questions that they hadn't really seen me do a video before on the MS-A2, and they wondered whether or not that I was using it as a doorstop, and did I still use it. And I turned around and said, you know, it's a daily driver here, and we use it for lots. We just don't really have the time to record or produce videos. So anyway, here we are. I can't remember what the user was called, but anyway, so you've seen me do this before, but anyway, 8.0.u3i, enter, boot in normal mode, and off we go. I'll show you the reason for this video. So as you would expect to see, it's booting in the normal manner, basically reading off that ISO, and then basically starting all those modules, and there we go, bang, purple screen of death or pink screen of death. Now, this was actually originally reported, I think, well, I think it was definitely reported by, let's just go to his blog and give him a shout out. And kudos to Stephen Wagner. And I'll put his, let's just accept his cookies. And I'll put his blog in the description, but it's easy to remember because it's stephenwagner.com. But anyway, Stephen Wagner on Discord, on the vExpert home lab, which I think actually is available to anybody. I don't think you need to be a vExpert to join the community forum, the Broadcom community forum, and join the home lab channel. I don't think you have to be a vExpert there. But anyway, a lot of vExperts hang around in the home lab channel. And Stephen reported that he was doing in-place upgrade using VLCM. He was going from G or H, and he was finding that on shutdown and restart, his server was basically just restarting and then rolling back to the old version. So I did actually sort of kind of reach out to Stephen and say, well, give me a moment in the lab and we'll fire it up and we'll see what's happening. Now, clearly there, I could see that I think there were some discussions around, I think it was vandu. I don't have his website to hand, but I'll put that in the description as well. Kudos to vandu. I think he made some comments that it was NVMe. Stephen reported that his NVMe was on the Harbor compatibility list. So it was only actually after I fired it up, I think it was yesterday evening, that the error message there is quite evident. The system has found a problem on your machine and cannot continue. Failed to update the CPU 0 microcode. So I think my Google foo must have been a bit off. So it was Stephen again that found a blog article. So I'm going to give kudos really to Patrick Kernstock, that wrote this in May 2025 on his blog. Quick tip: disable CPU microcode from loading on ESXi. Again, I'll put that description there. Now, there's a couple of commands here. Now, this actually suggests, of course, that you've got G or H currently running, and you can actually basically set the kernel options on boot up if you've obviously already got ESXi 8.0.3G or H currently running, which I've actually basically confirmed does work normally. So if you're trying to install it from scratch, what we've actually got to do, and I'll show you, and this is the whole point of the video, if you're installing ESXi 8.0.3i from scratch, then you can put some additional commands on the kernel boot, basically, and all we're going to do is we're going to add a microcode update equals false, which is the same command here that we would use, as I said, if we already had it installed on our Minisforum MS-A2, and this has been confirmed by another vExpert. He did an SSH in. He actually basically ran these two commands, then did the VLCM update, and all is well. Now, further updates, as I said, at the moment, we don't know really whether or not this is a buglet that's appeared or whether or not it's a genuine issue with the Minisforum MS-A2, because technically I don't think that definitely the Minisforum MS-A2 is not on the HCL, and I'm not quite sure the processor is either. Anyway, so again, kudos to Patrick Kernstock, and kudos to Stephen Wagner, and kudos to vandu. Respect. Okay, so back to our VMware ESXi. So I'm going to have to turn around again, and I'm going to have to power this off because I can't do a restart or a reset. So I'm just going to turn this off. I'm going to turn that on again. That's actually basically going to boot from my USB NVMe stick, and then I'm going to show you how we can provide a workaround quite simply to get this to work for us, to get the installer to work. So I don't need any keys here. It's going to go off basically and boot. So there we go, 8.0.u3i. So I'm going to hit enter now. When I see the ESXi bootloader, I'm going to hit Shift and O. So I'm going to wait for that to boot, and I'm going to hit Shift and O. So now I've got options basically to append run Weasel space CD-ROM boot, and I'm just going to add micro. It would help if I put a space. So micro code, and I'm going to, it's update with a capital U, update equals false. So all that's going to do is tell the ESXi installer, don't update my microcode, followed by enter. We're going to see exactly the same load sequence. And once it's loaded all those modules, of course, it's then basically, they're all loaded into memory now. So now it's actually going to start to execute them. And as we can see, we've no longer got a pink screen of death. We've no longer got a purple screen of death, just because we've used the word variable microcode update equals false. Don't forget the capital uppercase U. And that's it. Okay, it was 11 minutes. I lied. But I did want to get in there. Thanks to Stephen Wagner at stephenwagner.com, and also thanks to patrick.kernstock.net. Without, of course, we wouldn't have the quick tip, disable CPU-microcode from loading on ESXi. Anyway, so that's it from me in this video. Once again, thank you for watching me, Andrew Hancock, at Hancock's VMware Half Hour. And come back soon, because I've got lots of videos at the moment that are on the cutting room floor that need putting together. And I do want to drop back quickly to the whole Microsoft UEFI PK key in the BIOS nonsense that seems to be very topical. I was going to, it was going to be topic, but I haven't eaten a topic bar in a long time. A hazelnut in every bite. Anyway, so once again, thanks very much for watching, and stay safe, stay alive, and be calm, and work hard. So once again, thank you guys. Bye bye.